Today we'll be making the popular Taylor Swift crochet dress. Here I have my set of yarns. I chose Shanmire Catania. It's 100% cotton. It's 100% mercerized cotton. And I'll be using a 3.5mm crochet hook, US 6. I'll be starting my design with my main color, and I'll chain until the chain number is enough for my front and back panels together. Now I have 200 chains. Let's see. So I want my dress about this long because it's a mini dress. So I'll be chaining a lot more to cover front and back. Now I have 300 chains. And yeah, now I'm going to start doing my clusters. Let's start with the first row. Turn your chain around and we'll be starting with a foundation double crochet. For the foundation double crochet, we insert our hook in the first bump here, right next to the chain that we have on our hook, and we just pull it through and pull through both, and insert our hook through the first loop here, and then pull through the first one and then pull through both. That is our first foundation double crochet. Now into the very next stitch we'll be making 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Chain 1. This is our first cluster. Now we'll be skipping 1, 2, 3 bumps, and then into the fourth one we'll make another cluster with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to chain 1 and skip 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth we'll be making 3 double crochets. Chain 1. So that's going to be our repeat for the first row. We'll be chaining 1, skipping 3, and making our cluster right into the fourth one. And we make our clusters using 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Chain 1. So this is the first row, and I'll keep going across the chain and I'll see you at the end of the first row. I'm at the end of my first row. I have 4 chains left, so I just insert my hook through the last stitch and make 1 double crochet. Okay, for the second row I just turn my work without chaining and into the same stitch I insert my hook, pull the yarn through, pull through both, pull the yarn through the first chain here, pull through the first and pull through both. This is the foundation double crochet, and I'll be starting all my rows with this foundation double crochet. I'm not chaining, I'm making a foundation double crochet. In between those cluster spaces we'll be making clusters again. So this is the first double crochet, this is the second one, and this is the third one. When we're starting, the foundation double crochet always counts as a double crochet, so we just make 2 double crochets in between this first space. Then we chain 1 and make 3 double crochet here in this chain space. We make 3 double crochet to make a cluster. Chain 1, make a cluster in between that clusters into the space, into the single chain space. Okay, so that's the pattern repeat for the second row. Chain 1, make a cluster in the chain space. Okay, I'll finish my second row, and at the end of the row we'll meet again. I am at the end of the second row. This is my last cluster after chain 1. 3 double crochets at chain 1, and I just go into the very first stitch of my foundation double crochet and make just 1 double crochet. Now I will be changing colors, so I'm not going to finish this last loop and pull through both. So I'm going to turn my work and make my foundation chain. Like this. and then 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets into the chain space. So I'll make 2 rows with the color purple. I'll go across and then come back so that it's going to be 2 rows. And then I'll change my color and work according to the color pattern. So this is how I got so far. I'll be decreasing for the neckline right now. So this is my marker from where I want my decrease to start. I'll be decreasing 4 rows. Here is where the decrease starts. I'll just grab my yarn according to the color repeat and then lock it onto the hook. Pull up a loop, pull through both, go into the first stitch of the previous one, pull the first one and pull through both. So this is a foundation double crochet again. So normally we make 2 more double crochets here, but we skip that and go into the next chain space and make 3 double crochets. So I will go with the brown one and turn back again with the white one with the cream colorway, and then I'll see you at the end of the row. This is my last chain space, but instead of going right into the chain space, I just go on top of the chain to make a double crochet, but I don't finish it because I'm going to change color. So I grab my brown yarn and finish the stitch with the brown. Turn my work. Normally we make a foundation double crochet and 2 double crochets into the same space, but this time we just make a foundation double crochet and then we just skip here and make 3 double crochets into the next chain space. So I'll go with the brown and come back with the cream and then we'll meet again. I'm at the end of my row now, so I make a double crochet and change color. This is my last decrease. Turn my work, make a foundation double crochet, skip here and make a cluster into the next chain space. When I come back with the next color, I just make a foundation double crochet here when I'm turning and then make 2 double crochets into the same chain space here because I'm not going to be decreasing anymore. So I'll be crocheting without decreasing anymore, and then when I am done with the certain width, I'll come back again for the increased rows. I crocheted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows of my panel according to the grand stitch. Now at the last chain space I normally chain 2, and for the last double crochet I make it right on the top of the chain. But as I will be increasing in the next row, I just make my third double crochet here and chain 1 and make a double crochet onto the top of the chain. But as I will be changing color, I don't finish it. So I grab my next color according to the color pattern. I just take it, turn my work, make my foundation double crochet, and make 2 more double crochets here right next to the chain space of my double crochet. Chain 1 and continue to crochet according to the pattern. I'll go and come back and then we'll meet again. I finished the last cluster in the last chain space. Normally I would just go here and make a double crochet, but we want to increase, so we just go in between those stitches, and this is the foundation double crochet that I done. So right in between that space I make 3 more double crochets to make another cluster. And then I make my chain 1 for my foundation for my double crochet. So I turn my work and then I just make a foundation double crochet and then make 2 more double crochets here in the new chain space, and then I work according to the pattern. So I go and then come back, and this will finish off my increase section. For the last increase we just do the same. Instead of double crocheting here at the top, we just go into this space and make 2 double crochets, and I make the third one on the top of the chain. The neckline was not that open, so I decided to use that panel as the back panel. So I want my neckline decrease to start over here, That's the point where I will be decreasing for the front. One, two, three, four clusters in between. 1, 2, 3 spaces in between. If I use this as the front panel, you can see it's not open enough. It's not comfortable. If I just drop it down, then the back and the front panels are not equally long. That's why I decided to make this panel as the back panel. Yeah. Let's start with the front panel. To decrease for the front parts. I make my foundation double crochet, and then skip here and then move on to the next chain space and make 3 double crochets to make a cluster. Chain 1 and finish the row with those clusters. I'll come back with the next color and show you the next row. Now we'll be decreasing again. After the last cluster, we just make a double crochet on the top of the first cluster chain, but we will change color, so let's cut the yarn, grab the next color, finish it and turn our work. Let's start the next row with a foundation double crochet. So instead of making 2 more double crochets here, we just skip that, move into the next chain space and make 3 double crochets and move across the row until you finish with the brown and come back with the next color. I finish with my decrease row, so I just go into the next space and make 3 double crochets to make my cluster, and yeah, the third one would be on the top of the chain. Turn my work, make my foundation double crochet, make 3 double crochets into the next chain space, chain 1, and I will keep on crocheting according to the grand stitch pattern until I crochet 11 rows in total, and then I'll begin my increase rows. Now I'm at the increase row and I will be doing exactly the same increases that I did for the back panel. So this is my foundation double crochet. I normally make 2 double crochets here, but I just chain 1 and make 3 double crochets here, because when I turn back and come here again, I will use that chain space here to make another cluster, and then I'll see you again when I finish the increases. Now that I finished increasing for my front panels, I will be connecting these 2 parts to keep on crocheting along the side. But in order to connect these 2 parts, I need to change color, because my next color will be the purple, like the one in here. I'll take my purple yarn and make a slip stitch here. Now I will be chaining 19 chains. 1, 18, 19, and then I'll cut my yarn and connect it here. Now I will be crocheting along according to the granny stitch pattern with the purple color. Okay, I'm here in my chain section. I want to lock the chain into the stitch. Yeah, like this. So I will skip 3 chains and into the 4th one. 1, 2, 3. I make 3 double crochets to make my cluster. And excuse the lighting because it's 4 in the morning. Chain 1, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches and into the 4th one, make another cluster. Chain 1. For the last chain, I want to connect. Goes here and here to connect the pieces tighter. I finished the front and the back panels, and I steam blocked it before I move on to the sleeves. But I will be doing the neckline border first with the single crochet with the main color, because the front opening is a little too much. The neck shaping affects the sleeve length. So before I move on to the sleeves, I would like to finish the neck shaping. For the neckline, I will be going around the neckline with a half double crochet. So I'll start with the main color. So I just maybe start here. I just lock it and chain 1, yarn over, and pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. This is how I will go around the neckline. I am at the end of my neckline round. So what I do is to connect, I just cut my yarn, pull my yarn through, and not this first chain, but here on the top, I pull my yarn through, and then pull the yarn through here to make a max stitch, and then I just weave that yarn in and then cut the excess. Now let's see how this neckline looks. That's the neckline. It's pretty open. Now I'll measure my arm from here to here, and then chain according to the length that I want. Just a couple of more. This is too long. Still too long. Just a couple of less. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. 3 more. And then make my foundation double crochet as I did it at the very first start of the video. I think the amount of these is enough. Here. Let's see how many rows. it's about 32 rows. I'll finish both of the sleeves and then connect them and weave in all the ends, and we'll go around the hem and the sleeve hem with a half double crochet as I did for the neckline, and then it will be done. I hope I can finish this today. It's 5:30 p.m. right now. I don't think that I can finish it today. We'll see. This is how I seam my pieces. I just connect those two using the main color. This would be the wrong side. And then I just take only the front legs of the stitches and then seam This is how it looks on the right side. I finished the arms and the front and the back panel. The back panel is actually the front panel, but it's pretty open. It could be worn as a beach cover-up with that wide open front neckline. And here are the arms. I will seam everything up and weave in all the ends because I have a lot of ends to weave in, and half double crochet around the sleeves and the hem, and then I'll be finished.